Hello and welcome everyone again. This is me Krishna and I am here on Saturday today. I'm going to talk about something which has become so common that it doesn't feel like that it's kind of a problem, but it is a problem which kind of erupts at times and at places and in so many ways and models that it has been an integral part of our life since such a long time. Today I'm going to talk about such a topic which is discrimination. Now when I talk about discrimination, there are some common parameters which I used to read in my moral science book or social science book if I'm not wrong when I was as a kid, that there is discrimination in terms of caste, color, sex, religion, class, age, appearance, weight, nationality, sexual orientation and whatnot. There are so many types of discrimination which are out there. When we start talking about it, all of a sudden it is in the media that there has been discrimination against Indians in other countries. For example, there was a case in Australia, there was a case in America, there was some cases in England, and all over the places there are cases where the Indian nationality or people of Indian nationality were discriminated because of their ethnicity, because of their nationality, because of their color, because of their race. I don't know what it was. But it's easy to talk about all those topics, whether we talk about different countries. But think about it, where does it actually start? It starts right here, in your own house, where you don't talk about it. And when it happens outside, in another country, another place, then we start talking about it. And that's how it has been all the time. Now you guys must be wondering that how it happens somewhere, how it can start in our house. Well, it does. A boy child and a girl child, who gets more opportunities, who gets less opportunities, which gender is preferred more, which gender is preferred less in the house itself. A boy gets to eat more, a boy gets to do more things, a girl gets to do more things. It could be anything, anywhere. There is this partiality which has started from the home itself. It is in the house, it is in the society, it is in the school, it is in the education system, it is in the peer group. We are the one who are helping it out, who are actually the problem in terms of making it happen and making it so normal that it doesn't seem to concern us at all in our day-to-day life. Now if I have to give you an example, a friend of mine had a daughter and he would have been more happy if it would have been a boy. I don't understand it. The discrimination started here in the head. Now if this guy is going to go to some another country and get discriminated because of his color, should he be saying that he is getting discriminated because of his color, because of his appearance, because of his gender, because of his nationality? He has no right to say that, because he is doing the same thing in his own house when a daughter was born. Or same case happens other vice versa. I mean, that we don't get to see generally, but I'm just saying for the fact that the moment we start doing the partiality in the house, it happens. In the education system, somebody who is scoring good, somebody who is getting good marks, has to be given a different preference by the teacher than somebody who is not scoring good, who is not able to cope up with these studies. Why is it so? That's where it happens. There is grouping which starts happening, and there is a discrimination which starts happening and taking place in between the peers itself, because the teacher is giving preference to one student or 10 students who are getting good marks. But what about the other group? Then the group wants to sit with the people who are getting preference from the teacher just because they are securing good marks. Is it the way the teacher should be discriminating? Some might be intelligent, some might not be not. We are discriminating in terms of education. One is educated, another one is not educated. What kind of discrimination is this? We are farming discrimination since the inception of a child in our house, in our society, in our education system, in every place around, and that's something which starts building up slowly and gradually. Now, if you guys are wondering, why am I talking about all these things? Because there is some kind of discrimination which I am facing, and yes, I am facing it since a long time. I face a lot of discrimination at times, but I'm just going to talk about one right now in this moment, is about the discrimination which is happening to me in Mumbai as a tenant when I'm living in different societies. No, this discrimination is not about my religion, not about my caste, but this discrimination is just about me being a tenant. So there is a class which is of owners, and then there is a class which is of tenants. Now what kind of discrimination we do face on day-to-day basis? We are not allowed to go in and out during this pandemic period. while the owners were allowed. Freedom of speech, we don't have any right to say anything. If we are facing any kind of issues, we are not about to talk about it. If we talk about it, we are bad people, we are bachelors, we are inherently or innately, we are some people who are liars. We should not be listened. We should be barred from talking and etc. Not allowed to play in the society premises because we are tenants. So if we go out and we want to play badminton in our society or in our court, it is not allowed for us. Why? Because we are tenants. The first right is of the owner. They can play, we can't play. We are equally paying the rent to somebody who is an owner of that particular house. Why is it we are not allowed to play? Even if we are playing, they will move aside and start playing, and we have no say in it. If we say something, then they will complain that we are misbehaving with them, and the case is otherwise. This is how the facts are presented. Then the false allegations they put on us. If we try to be outspoken, if we try to be out loud, and we try to raise our voice against those discrimination, we would be told that we people drink at our house, we people party, we do ladki bazi. I don't know what is this ladki bazi, huh? I have no fucking idea what this ladki bazi is. I mean, who the hell they are, they have the concern in our personal life. We are not doing anything to them. Why they are so concerned about our life, our aspect? Did we do something wrong? No, we are from that class of the society where we are tenants who are there. Guest parking is allowed in our building for the owners, but if the tenants' friend are coming in the building, it's not allowed. Guards are allowed to misbehave with us. They can talk with us the way they want to, whether it's girls or guys. They misbehave with us. They raise their voice. They behave like whatever the way they want to. They mistreat us all the time. They shut the door. They lock the door. They chain the door. They keep us outside the building, and which has been done to me on 7th of May. Their maids are allowed. Our maids are not allowed. I'm not sure about this particular fact, but I am still looking into it, and I have seen it is happening that the maids of owners are allowed and our own tenants. For tenants, it's not allowed. Why is it happening? I don't know. Because we have made it so normal discrimination in part of this society, whether it's about the classes, different classes, rich, poor, educated, uneducated, tenant, owners. Now, some of you might be wondering, why am I being so aggressive about it? Why am I being so complaining, cribbing, or trying to vent out my emotions about it? No, it's not just that. And why should not I just change this society? If I go from this society to another society, is it going to be the same thing? Do you think that way? One is going to be worse, second is going to be less worse or more worse. Is the same story, more or less, wherever you go. So where should we go? We come here to make our career, to do something good in our life, not to get into these hassles and not to mess with our timings and etc. So do we fight with these people? These owners, these managing committees, this society, for the sake of that we are bachelors. It costs money to shift from one place to another place. Okay, and we are not always that rich that we can shift from one place to another just like that. It doesn't happen. It costs money, it costs brokerage, it costs rent, it costs shifting charges. It has got so many parameters in it that needs to be taken care of. Now I don't know when all of these kind of things are going to end. Now just think about it. When we are bringing discrimination, when we are farming discrimination since the very inception of a child, when he was born to when he is being raised, to when he becomes an adult, to he becomes a mature person, we are farming discrimination at every stage. If we don't stop there, then this is going to happen. These owners, if I ask them if their children who are going to go outside and study, and if the children at somebody else or some another country and people from some another country misbehave with them just because they are from Indian nationality, then they are not going to raise their voice. Then they will call it discrimination. When they do it here in this society with the bachelors, with the youngsters of this society, everywhere, then what it is about? Then there is nothing. Then we become unreasonable. We start raising our voice. We start misbehaving. We are lying. We are miscreants. We do mistakes. We create issues. We are the culprits. We have done everything wrong. I believe what is wrong in this society is the mindset. The mindset about how one person takes another. We don't want to listen. We don't want to get into the understanding or want to understand what the other person is facing. We just want to vent out our own things, and that's how it has been. Now, I'm not going to drag this topic, and I don't know when this will stop. I am talking about it now today because since last 2 days, the reason I could not record the video is there has been a case in my society where a girl who is a legal and lawful tenant was not allowed to enter the society even after giving the medical certificate to the society to collect her stuff and leave in a couple of days. She was made and forced and coerced and put in a situation to agree and say that she will move her stuff out in 1 hour and leave the society, which cannot happen because the stuff in her room is bed, is cupboard, is her boxes, it's her clothes and everything, which she could not move just like in 1 hour. She came in, and after 1 hour the society managing committee and a couple of persons sent guards to her flat and told her that you are supposed to get out of the society in 1 hour. She has paid the rent, but she is supposed to get out of the society. What's the excuse? It's Corona time. So that's the excuse. So if she is coming in the house for 1 hour, she can still give Corona to somebody. Are they being insensible to the idea of it? She just lost her job. She's out of money. For the last 3 months, she's paying rent, and she belongs to a different city. She is just started her career. And what kind of impression this particular society, housing society, or this city is creating for her? If this is the way we gonna behave with our kids, our children of our country, then what do you expect and how it is going to happen outside? I guess we well deserve it. Let the discrimination be there against Indians everywhere around, and we should be happy about it because we are doing it and we are okay with it in our own country, in our own societies, in our own culture. When we are okay with it, then it's fine. Wherever it may be, then you should be okay about it. Don't make an issue out of it, media. If you want to type about it, write about the discrimination which is happening in the country by itself. My only request to you guys is stop tolerating all these kind of things. We had to call the cops, had to fight with them for 4 hours just so that the girl can stay for a couple of days in her own apartment where she is a lawful tenant on a leave and license agreement and paid the rent to leave the house. How could they force her to leave her own house? Guys, it's my humble request. Stop tolerating all this nonsense and bullshit which is happening around. And specifically, it starts from your own house. With wherever city you are, whatever the house, whatever the school you go to, stop doing it. Stop tolerating all this bullshit of discrimination which we start from the childhood, since the inception and since a child is born, or before even a child is born. Now it seems like a filmy dialogue to us. It's not okay, and it can happen to us, and it can happen to your own children, it can happen to your own brother and sister and all. I know it sounds a filmy dialogue, but I'm just saying it's for real. Today, I am on the lower side. Tomorrow, you can be on the lower side in any other place. You're not always going to be that one particular class. You are an owner here, you are a tenant somewhere else. I am an owner of a house in my hometown. I am a tenant here in this city, Mumbai. But that doesn't mean that it cannot happen there, it cannot happen here. Don't tolerate it. Don't tolerate it at all. Because when we start tolerating it, when we start tolerating what is wrong, we make them feel that whatever they are doing right. If you cannot raise your own voice for others, please at least raise your voice for your own self. Because whenever there is a cut on our body, we all bleed red. We don't bleed any different. We belong to the same human race, if you guys mean something. So this is all what I want to say today. It's a utter shame on the society, the culture, the upbringing of these people who are behaving and treating other people, other humans like this, on discrimination, on any of the basis, is wrong, wrong, wrong. Period. We'll do something about it. I am doing my part. You do your part. Only we can do it. Together we can change the things. So you take care of yourself. I am having a good day. No matter I am angry or irritated or anything else for that matter. I'm having my watch time, you have yours. So you guys take care. Don't forget to subscribe, press that bell icon, comment, like, share. If you have any questions, if you want to share your personal experiences, I'm up all ears listening, and if I can help, I will try to be of help. But please stop tolerating it. Stop tolerating discrimination.